Okay, so
The
they will
next
now
speaker established an
introduce the
exemplary
second
reputation
speaker
in the
who
field
will
of
talk.
broadcasting.
Okay.
He speaks like a pro and delivers news eloquently. His achievements in the field of journalism, specifically in script writing and radio broadcasting, can attest his impeccable wit and power of voice. He has won several awards, including third place in script writing and radio broadcasting in the 2015 National Schools Press Conference, and we were able to land second in the 2017 National Schools Press Conference in the said event, and first place in broadcasting in recently concluded Kurti 3.0, organized by the CILMTA, the official publication of the Mariano Marcos State University. And today he will be tackling the topic dubbing and voiceover. Let us all welcome Mr. Dave Ayala.
Good morning, students. Hello. Are you ready to be the next reporter? So, today I'll be sharing my knowledge regarding dubbing and voiceover techniques in a TV broadcasting inside the CTE Bulletin context. So, have you ever wondered how broadcasters deliver the report clearly and audible on a television program? Or are you amazed on how they get to share information without the struggle of asking if it is audible or not? I am Jonathan Di Payala, a second year student and a news reporter from the CTE Bulletin. To answer the question, yes, that's possible. Reporters are using microphone or any other recording devices for them to record their voice as well as to achieve a quality news segment. And some
It is more
networks
into
use
voice.
high quality recording
Voice.
devices that connects to their cameras. And in my sharing as a news reporter in our college, I want to share the most feasible and basic way on how we record our news report in the city bulletin context. Professionals use microphone. So there are two possible ways by using
Again, you may
smartphone and a microphone
write
clip
some key
device
terms
connected to a
because they
smartphone
might
as well.
ask
But
questions
before
in
I share to you the
that
ways we
technique.
do in the city bulletin, let me share to you the five skills that you need to be an efficient TV broadcaster. So, what are these five skills that you need to be a TV broadcasters? Of course, TV broadcasters present entertainment, current affairs, and news, music, weather, or, of course, sports on television. They may present programs live or pre recorded for a later transmission, as well as they research and write their own material. So, in smaller stations, they may be responsible for editing their own program content. Therefore, qualities of a good broadcaster include possessing a wide range of presentation and program production skills. So, as a campus journalist, we write news. We transcribe news inside the academy. That is to be able to inform the students regarding the updates and the relevant news that are happening inside our campus. Being a broadcaster requires to be a great speaker and you must possess relevant qualities. We need to be professional and of course we need to make our audience enjoy listening to our news report. First skill that you must possess your communication and presentation skills. Excellent presentation skills are essential for a TV broadcaster because you must have a clear voice and the ability to present the material, to report the news calmly and professionally, particularly under the pressure of a live broadcast, if you have a live broadcast in your school. If you're a reporter, don't laugh. Don't make any extra movements, rather be serious because many viewers will get to see your output. It's a mass communication, especially if you will be posting on your social media websites or any other platform. I tell you, they will not be entertained. So just be calm, stand straight, and set up a professional mood of yours. Lastly, you must be able to present your material in a natural tone. Don't get too high pitch or low pitch. Just use your natural voice. Your natural voice will do. As a reporter, it's important to be presentable on the screen. The way you stand affects the way how you articulate every detail of your news report. Sometimes being a TV broadcaster, you become the subject in a way that you are the focus of the camera. Your story needs to be narrated expressively. The second skill is the research and writing skills. So according to Be On Air network of social media schools, you must have a good research and writing skills if you prepare your own program scripts. Broadcasters who present current affairs program, for example, keep up to date with their developments and personalities in their field so that they can provide their audience with an informed authoritative view on an issue. But guys, but before you become a great broadcaster, you must first at least know the basic of news writing. Writing a script on a TV news or writing a script of a TV news report or a radio news report is really totally different on how we create some news article that is being published on newspaper or what's not. What audience want to hear are action on what's happening in a certain event. Avoid having too many adjectives because in the field of broadcast journalism, the details that you are presenting must always base on facts. Being opinionated with your work means you are not giving a reliable news. We are not only good communicators. Remember, we are also writers. We are narrators of stories. We must make sure to transform stories into something that will be beneficial to the masses. And of course, your target audience, the students, the main audience of your news report. Third, you must have the interview and interpersonal skills. As a part of your role, you may interview people on location or in the studio. A broadcast journalist may interview eyewitnesses or experts while covering a news story because radio and television announcers have the interpersonal skills to put the interviewee at ease and encourage him to make an informative or entertaining contribution to the program. To prepare for the interviews, you must research the subjects and the people thoroughly so that you can ask meaningful questions. News is boring without having to make any touch of interviews or any other supplementary clips that will give an overall impression of your production. As a journalist, you must engage yourselves and boost your interpersonal skills because this will give you the advantage of crafting your news with pack of details because people are craving for information. The fourth skill that a TV news reporter must possess is the flexibility and adaptivity because flexibility is one of the most important qualities of a good broadcaster. You must be able to react quickly and calmly to change. News broadcasters, for example, may have to interrupt their prepared bulletin if important news breaks. They receive information from the production team and must quickly prepare their presentation so that the broadcast continues without any interruption. If a technical problem occurs, such as a broken link to a video clip or a journalist on location, you must be able to quickly and calmly switch to an alternative item. As a reporter, you must know that everything may change from time to time. I remember when I was to report the opening program over college, it was only a short program with a short message from our dean. And I was like, oh, I should start reporting or else I will lose the chance of filming a better production. That time, I have to be serious because the program is running and I had to perfect every line of my report. Remember, mastery is the number one. one of the key factors that will make you flexible and adaptive as a TV news reporter. We need to master the script over and over again for us to avoid any difficulties when reporting, and most especially, avoiding stutter is the best way to make the whole performance flawless. And lastly, our the last skill is the technical skills with equipment. As a broadcaster, don't be complacent with what you know in the field of broadcasting. Broadcasting also encompasses the field of technical aspects. So there are what we call the sound designs, such as the news beds, the stingers, and other sound effects that gives life to the whole performance. However, during the filming time, you must know how to cooperate with your technical directors or cameraman. You need to be alert and you must know when to begin speaking and when to stop. And now that we have learned and familiarized the five skills, let me share what I anticipate before reporting my news segment. These two things are very crucial since this will make me more prepared. So, practice makes perfect. So, before I deliver my news report, I always practice there, and practice everywhere. This is the best way to start. The best way to start is to practice reading news stories that you've written for class. So get a recording. You can also record yourself with various apps on your phone. Just practice and hear it afterwards. And it's hard to be objective about your own reading. So it's a good idea to ask others their honest opinions. Ask yourself. You can also ask yourself, does your reading sound natural? Is it hard to understand for any reason? Would your listeners want to hear you read more? And before delivering your report, you must have at least practiced it already. Familiarize the words. And one tip, do some tongue twisters. When practicing your report, remember, do it passionately. Do it the way how you will perform. So after practicing your news report, your delivery, there are still we need to consider things that we need to improve and things to work on. Number one is the speed. It is one important consideration when reading the news. If you read too slowly, viewers may get bored and impatient and consider changing the channel. However, if you will read it too fast, viewers may have a hard time understanding you. So typically, news anchors read between 150 and 175 words per minute, and you just need to read the news, deliver the news moderately. And some stations may time news reporters or anchors to get the baseline for that individual's usual reading speed. If you find you're talking too fast, it may be helpful to concentrate on enunciating clearly. Sometimes this helps people slow down. Of course, people often talk faster when they are anxious, and your first time reading a story on air can be nerve wracking. So sometimes the problems resolves itself after you've simply spent more time doing the job. So you need to practice, you need to improve, and everything. There are many things to work on before delivering the news report. The technical team must first check the audio quality and many other things that will supplement the technical aspect of the video. In doing voiceover, specifically an audible voice quality, there are two ways on how we do in the CTE Bulletin. First is by using a smartphone.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Second is by the use of a microphone clip. Hi, this is sample shot that has a microphone clip that is being connected. Again, this is sample shot that has a microphone clip that is being connected. If you have noticed, being able to use smartphone and the microphone clip as a microphone will able to make the quality of the segment more professional. So proceeding to our next topic, which is the voiceover. So what is really a voiceover means? So why is a good voiceover important for your video? So a voiceover recording is a person speaking during a video, often describing, highlighting, explaining, or providing additional context to what a viewer sees. So some might think that the audio portion of the video is less important than the visual portions, but that's not true. Most video watchers say they are more likely to stop watching a video with bad audio versus lower quality video. So, do I need a professional voice talent for great voiceover? Simply, the answer is no. Just because quality voiceover is important for the success of your video, that doesn't mean you need to go great lengths to get it. Your normal voice, your normal tone, that's enough as long as you practice your delivery, your intonation, and everything. So let's move forward to the essential elements of a good voiceover. But before that, let me read to you this quotation. Great audio isn't just important, it's necessary to keep an audience interested and engaged, and to ensure they learned what they needed to. So, the essential elements of a good voiceover are the audio clarity and volume, pacing, vocal tone and inflection, and pronunciation. In fact, with practice, nearly anyone can do professional quality voiceover. Like what I've said a while ago, practice makes you perfect. So there are four elements that comprises on how to achieve a better voice audio. For your information, 25% of video viewers watch a video all the way through because the audio was good. The first one, audio clarity and volume. This is the most essential parts of great audio. Audio clarity and volume. The clarity of your voice and a comfortable volume may be the most essential parts of great audio. If your voice over recording is fuzzy or muddy sounding, it will be difficult for people to understand. Audiences will be distracted and unable to absorb the information or may simply move on to the other channel or stop watching your video. Either way, they miss your message and you miss the opportunity to share what your knowledge, what you have transcribed. Similarly, if your audience volume is too low, it may be difficult for people to hear too loud and you risk annoying distortion. The second one is the pacing. Have you ever talked with someone who has really exciting story to tell, but they are so excited about it that they rush through and when they are done, you can even remember what they were talking about, even a single information, or
Pacing is
someone
the
who
speed
runs
too
on and
fast.
on with no end in
How
sight,
fast you talk.
threatening
So
to
you
put
must
you to
not
sleep.
be too fast when you talk.
Again,
Just
this
talk
is
normally.
pacing.
Okay? And
Too
another thing is
fast
the
and your
volume.
audience won't
The
know
volume must
what
not
are you
be too
talking
low
about.
or too
Too
high.
slow and they're likely to get bored. So the best voiceovers is to have a natural and deliberate pace. Start with your script and practice it before you record to help you speak at a more natural pace. And remember, pacing also includes things like pausing occasionally to take a breath, effect, or just to give them listener a break to process important information. The third one is the vocal tone and inflection. Like pacing, vocal tone and inflection refer to ensuring you speak in a natural and pleasant manner. You want to be friendly and engaging, but not so much that you sound fake. You must balance your tone, not too high pitch and not too low pitch, because your listeners will be irritated. Of course, no one wants to sound like a game show host, but you also want to avoid the monotone or the robot voice and a boring voice that will make the audience get bored in listening with your delivery. And the last one for narrating and news report, the pronunciation and enunciation. This is the final element of a great voiceover, is that you ensure that you pronounce each word correctly and that you speak clearly enough to be understood. You must avoid mumbling, but don't shout or over enunciate any other words either. Be mindful of your original accent. And yes, we all have them, but pronunciations as they relate to your audience. Don't worry too much about how you pronounce words or how perfect you are in delivering, because no one expects you to sound like a professional voice actor. The best thing you can do is to speak naturally and clearly, and the rest will follow with practice. And now that you have equipped in delivering news report, you are now ready to start your recordings. I wish everyone success in this endeavor. I hope you've learned something from me today. Again, guys, thank you for your participation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Truly, our voice so much power. With your remarkable ideas in dub and voiceover, the fearlessness and boldness of our voice shall remain to speak for truth and accuracy.
With this juncture, Miss Patricia, the virtual floor is yours. Okay, so
So,
we
am
will
I
have an
audible?
activity again. So if
Thank
you
you.
know,
So,
uh,
a while ago, we had the game the dubbing and voiceover lecture. We had four picks, one word. I hope everyone is familiar with this game, but just for formality, allow me to discuss the direction. We
do you
will
know
be
this game?
presenting
Four
four
picks, one
picture
word.
clues
There
that
are
lead
four
to only
pictures.
one word
Then
and with letters
you
boxes
have to
that
answer
correspond
what
to one
word
letter.
is the
So,
same.
but compared to a while ago, that there are three winners. For this game, we will be having four winners. Thus, there will be four keywords to be presented in you. So, if you know the answer, just type them in the end. So, is everyone ready? Okay, I think everyone's watching now. So, please to the next slide. So, our first word. Here are the four pictures, and it consists of four letters.
Do you know? No.
Okay, we now have winner. So her name is Deutsch.
Oh,
Congrats.
okay, tone.
Congratulations.
All right, tone. So it's on how
For the
you.
next word, so it's the answer is tone. Next word is consists of six letters.
Do you know the answer? Yes. Ah,
So we're waiting for the answers. As you can see in the first picture, there is a woman who is holding a microphone and the cameraman. The next picture has a microphone. Next is a tape, and the next one is the of jotting down. I'm so sorry, Eden, but voices is not the answer. Okay, we now have a winner. Record. Congratulations, Grace.
four.
Or the next word. I think this is the one being fully emphasized the speaker. It has a person speaking. Okay, again. She got it. So, Chang, yes, the answer is pacing. It's about how
Zoe Chang
fast,
is our top one.
how slow.
Thank you. Congratulations. Okay.
As, as Dave has said a while ago, it makes an impact about how people would want to listen to the news you deliver. So it is important you know how to speak the moderated way, not too slow and not fast. So I think we're now down to the last word. So what we see here? As a microphone again.
Okay. If you know the answer, just type your answer.
Okay. Okay, we now have a winner. And it is in the person of Eden. Yes, the
Eden.
answer is voice. It
Voice.
is the sound that comes from the person, the human person's voice. Congratulations, everyone. So once again, next later on, our facilitators will reach out to you on how will they give you your prizes. So please stay online and do not leave the virtual. I'll see you again in the next one, Fraser.
Congratulations! Oh, work in one word. Are you guys having fun that being said, we will end for ears to Miss Gabe and Contreras, the
Okay, so
layout
now
parties of
they
the
will
CTE
introduce
Bulletin
the
for the
last
introduction of our
speaker.
third and final
So we
speaker.
have the first, second, and this is the last
Thank you,
speaker.
Rachel. Am I audible? Okay, the next speaker is a highly skilled individual and the limelight of today's event. With great perseverance, patience, and dedication to perfect his
Okay, I
craft,
think this
he
one
was
is
able
very
to enrich
important.
his skills and
They
produce such
they will
masterpieces not
create
only inside of the
edit
CTE Bulletin, but
videos
also in the local scene. Our speaker is currently a third year student
using the
taking a Bachelor
Adobe.
of
Do you have the
Technology and
Adobe, right?
Livelihood Education
Yeah, so
major
we
in
will
ICT here
demonstrate
at
how
the
to
College of
edit
Teacher Education.
using
He is
transition,
currently the
the
Director
lower
for
thirds,
Marketing and
and
Media
many more.
Creatives of the MMSU CTE